Hi, so this lesson was created for my focus learner Nathan, Nathan is a first grader who, based off his IRI results, he has trouble with decoding and comprehension. So I created this lesson specifically for working on his decoding and comprehension skills. Nathan is in a first grade integrated classroom among his other peers. And so basically the lesson would start off like this. I would write a word on the board and I would ask the students, how do we pronounce this word? Can anybody tell me what this word says? And the students would answer me, searching. And then I would say, very good. You knew the word said searching. Can you tell me how you knew what that said? What idea could you give us, or who has any tricks to pronouncing a word that they're not sure of? So searching. How can we pronounce this word? What's a trick? Oh, that's a good trick. So a student will tell me that they look for words inside the word. So search and ing. So I see two words. Searching. So when you put it together, it's searching. So I want to tell you guys about how words have syllables in them. So all words have syllables, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Some words have 1, some words have 2, some words have 3. So searching has 2. And I'm going to show you how I found that out. So searching. So it helps when you tap to figure out how many syllables are in a word. So syllables are the beats or the breaks inside a word. So searching, that has 2. So that's 2 syllables. So let's write down another word. And let's discover what syllables are inside that word. So gigantic. This word says gigantic. And it has how many syllables? Gigantic. And it has 3. Gigantic. It helps when you tap. Remember? Gigantic. So now that you guys know what syllables are, I'm going to give you guys an activity. And your activity is going to be index cards that look like this. And each part of the words, each group of index cards spells a word. And each card has part of the word written on it, a syllable written on it. So you guys have to put the syllables together to create a word. And you're going to put your answers down on a worksheet provided. So let's look at this one, for example. What does this say? Fan, very good. Tastic. So if we put that together, fantastic. Very good. All right. So now that you guys understand that, you are going to write it down on the worksheet. And then you're going to do it with all the rest of them. And if you guys have any questions, I want you guys to raise your hand. I'm going to be walking around to see how you're doing. So as the students are completing the worksheet and the index card activity, I'm going to be overlooking to do my assessment to make sure the kids are grasping the concept of the lesson and specifically paying attention to Nathan to see how he's grasping it. I'm going to give Nathan the option to use a text-to-speech software, which would help him decode the lesson. It would help him with the lesson in case he has any difficulties. It helps if the technology is repeating the words back to him so that he's hearing them and understanding how the syllables create the words. The students are also going to be given an exit ticket at the end of the lesson to understand that to make sure that they understood today's lesson. So it would be basically the index card activity in reverse. they would be given the word, like, they would be given the full word, like searching. And the students are responsible for breaking it up into the syllables. So I'm looking for answers that look like this. And I would explain to them how they would complete the exit ticket at the end of the activity. So it would look like that, searching. So it shows me that the students are understanding the syllables of the words. They're understanding the concept of the lesson, where all the words have syllables in them, and they're basically responsible for finding out how many. And overall, the lesson's teaching them how to pronounce words. It's showing them strategies on how to pronounce words better for when they're reading. So Nathan specifically, he has trouble with decoding. So this would really benefit him if he could grasp the idea that that words have syllables. Because now when he's reading, he'll look for the syllables within words, which will ultimately help him decode them. And once he learns how to decode them, he'll better be able to comprehend what he's reading. And I think I covered everything. And yes, so that's my lesson. Any other students that, so if there was any other students that needed differentiation within the lesson, so like students that don't speak English, I would have their primary language written on index cards, or I would have the directions written in their language so that they understand. There's also a paraprofessional in the room that could also help with any students that are going to need extra attention during the lesson. I did try this lesson on a first grader that I know, and she did understand it to a point. I think she was more confused than anything, but there wasn't really any work for me to show because she didn't complete the worksheet. She was only able to do the index card part, and she understood it. So I'm confident that this lesson would be successful for someone like Nathan who has issues with decoding and comprehension. So yeah, that is my lesson.